In this video, I'm going to give another example of how to use a table, an equation, and a graph to represent this relationship here. In this example, it says that Stanton can mow 3 more lawns per day than Farah. So what I'm going to start with is a table to represent this relationship. So I have 2 things going on here. Stanton can mow more than Farah. Well, I need to know what Farah mowed in order to know what Stanton mowed because he mowed more than Farah. So I'm going to start with how much Farah could have mowed, and then I will find out how much Stanton would have mowed then. If Farah doesn't mow at all, I know that Stanton mowed 3 more lawns, so 3 more than 0 would be 3. If Farah mowed 1 lawn, then Stanton would have mowed 3 more. So if I add 3 more, that would be 4 lawns. If Farah mowed 2 lawns, 3 more than that, so 2, 3, 4, 5, would be 5 lawns. If Farah mowed 3 lawns, 3 more than that would be 6. If Farah mowed 4 lawns, 3 more than that would be 7, and continue the pattern. If Farah mowed 5, Stanton would have mowed 8. Now, as I'm looking at this table, what I want to do next is come up with an equation to represent what this means. So for any amount of lawns that Farah could mow, how could I find what Stanton would mow? That's where an equation comes in. And in Algebra 1, we learned that that formula is called y equals mx plus b. So that's our relationship. Now notice how when we started, Stanton already mowed some lawns. This 0, when x is equal to 0, this value here is the b, which is your y-intercept. It's where we start. So if Farah started with nothing, how much did Stanton have? 3 lawns. I'm not going to talk about negative lawns, that wouldn't make sense, but my B in my relationship would be our start. So that's where this is going to go, that number 3. Now my M, my slope, is how much my table is going up. It's my rate of change. And my rate of change is how y's are going up compared to x's. So since these are going by 1, all I need to do is look at how my change here is happening. So this went up by 1, this went up by 1, this went up by 1, up by 1. So my slope, my M, is equal to 1. So if I put that together in my equation, if I put a 1 in place of my M and a 3 in place of my B, I will have my equation. Y equals 1x plus 3. X will represent the number of lawns for Farah, and Y will represent the amount for Stanton. Okay, now, what I'm going to start with is plotting these points on this graph below. So I'm going to start with 0, 3, but in order to do that, I need to label my graph. So what I'm going to do is get myself some labels. So I'm going to call this x-axis the number of lawns Farah mows. And my y-axis over here is going to be the number of lawns Stanton mowed. Okay, so if I label my axis here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so Farah has 0, Stanton has 3. Notice how we don't start at the origin this time because Stanton will have mowed more than Farah, so we start up here. At 1 for Farah, Stanton will have 4. 2, 5, so 2, 5. 3, 6. 4, 7. 5, 8. And if you can identify the pattern, you could keep going. If we connect these points with a line, this will represent the equation y equals 1x plus 3, which could be this scenario that Farah is mowing lawns and Stanton mowed 3 more than her.